Here are the three things that cause young Christians to struggle with money. It's not because of a lack of opportunity or resources. We have the entire world at our fingertips. What really causes us to struggle with money is a lack of discipline and wisdom. The lack of going out and actually doing the hard work, and the lack of knowledge and wisdom that we need to pour into us to actually be able to do these great things, because we have the world at our fingertips, but we just don't use it. So if we don't use it, if we don't use those resources, we're going to continue to struggle financially. Financial struggle is hard bills, difficulties with spouse or family when it comes to money. It's stress, it's overwhelm, it's anxiety gnawing at you paycheck by paycheck. Financial freedom is wealth, peace, and abundance. Financial freedom says, I can afford this, I can afford that, I can retire my parents, I can give and do these great things, do cool and awesome things for God. That's what we are called to do for God. Now, if you want to continue the struggle, here's exactly what you need to do: a lack of preparation, a lack of discipline, and a lack of vision. Now, here is what lack of preparation looks like. It looks like not planning, not budgeting, not being intentional with your money, not taking the time, energy, and effort to allow your financial resources to grow. That is what it means to not plan, and also not improving. Not improving means not learning from our mistakes, not reflecting on the mistakes that we have done, not giving ourselves feedback. Proverbs talks a lot about these kinds of people who choose not to improve, and they are called fools. The Bible calls them fools. And so by not trying to improve, not trying to grow, we are being foolish. And the third aspect is not learning. What I mean here is learning, absorbing new knowledge for future preparation. This is why I say prepare. It's the reason why we exercise, we study, we work. We don't do these things for now. It's delayed gratification. We do these things for the future. By reading, you're going to feel dumb in the moment so you can be smarter later. By exercising, you're going to feel weak in the moment so you can be stronger later. So you can prepare for the harder times later. Financially, we need to be doing the same thing. We need to cut back on our lifestyle and feel poorer now so we can be richer later. And that is by not learning, by not improving, by not planning. That is what I mean by lack of preparation. Number two is lack of discipline. Is not challenging yourself. We have to challenge ourselves. We have to get uncomfortable. This is where growth starts, by challenging ourselves. For a lot of you people out there, if you was to actually look at your life and think of it as a movie in which you are the hero, you wouldn't like the movie. Why? Because the hero is not challenged. This movie, your life is boring. That is what I mean by lack of discipline. It looks boring, it looks dull, and because it is, and there's no growth, and truthfully, it's a lame life. It's a life I don't want you to live, and you don't have to. Lack of discipline can also look like not building an environment to make it easy. James Clear talks a lot about this when it comes to habits, that a lot of the smart, wise people that you know are not actually great, strong discipline. They have an environment that makes it easy to create that discipline. They don't work out in a library, they go to the workout room. They don't study in a workout room, they go to the library. It's being in that environment that pushes us towards doing the right things at the right time. And lastly, having a lack of vision. Many people go through the world and they don't have a why. They don't have a why they exist. They don't have a why they are here. They don't have a why on what they're supposed to do. I know I was the same way at 17 years old. I had no why. I had no reason to save money. Honestly, I more or less had no reason to live. I had nothing that I was pursuing, and I had no why. I had no vision for my life. God says in Proverbs, where the people have no vision, they will perish. So we got to have a vision. So I gotta ask, what are your goals? Honestly, this should be an automatic answer. What are your goals? My goal is to grow a business. My goal is to grow my personal brand. If your goal doesn't snap off your tongue, you need to work on your goals, or you need to memorize them at least. Listen, you need to step up. You have to step up. You got to put in more effort. You got to put in the sacrifices. You got to put in the work. You are young, you're in your 20s, maybe even your 30s. Maybe you're fresh out of high school. Maybe you just turned 17, 18, like I did when I came out of high school. You gotta step up. You gotta take advantage of your youth while you still can, because it's only going to get harder later. Don't settle for anything less than freedom. What I mean by this is not that, hey, I can do whatever I want right now. I mean, setting yourself up so later you will have nothing less but freedom. Alex Hermazi, and he talks a lot about do the work until it would be unreasonable for you to not get the results. And so we have to put in the work so we can have that financial freedom later to take care of our family, our friends, to do cool, awesome things with money and just live wealthy, abundant lives. Otherwise, we will live like everybody else. And I'm here to say, I know I probably beat you down during this entire video, but you will gain wealth, wisdom, and freedom if you just not do those things. You will set yourself apart if you actually prepare yourself, if you actually discipline yourself, and if you actually cast a vision for your future. You will break apart from the world. You will be that one percenter that we all look at on TV or our phones that we want to be, and you will become that person that you want to be. So just prepare, discipline yourself, and cast that vision. And finally, I ask join the Freedom Finders newsletter. You will see a link in the description, or you will see a link the bio of my channel. So that's it for today. I'll see you later.